Along with illegal fishing and the black market animal trade, timber poaching contributes to a $1 trillion illegal wildlife trade industry that is monitored by international crime organizations such as Interpol. Timber poaching is legally classified as a property crime, but it's unique in its bounty and setting. Poachers prefer the term take to poach when it comes to trees, and it is indeed that, a taking of an irreplaceable resource. In North America, trees are our deepest connection to history, our versions of cathedrals and standing ruins. When they are poached, though, they become stolen goods and are investigated as such. But it is one thing to link a stolen car back to its owner via paperwork or plates, and another to link poached wood to the stump it once stood on. In lush forests, those stumps are usually hidden behind a curtain of trees, or covered in moss, or buried in branches, in all cases next to impossible to find. Placing a value on poached wood is likewise complicated. The effects of timber poaching quickly become more nuanced, complex, and devastating than property crime when considered ecologically. Public lands enclose some of the oldest remaining trees in the world. Their ability to store large amounts of carbon, the redwoods alone hold more carbon per acre than any other forest in the world, and British Columbia's Carminal-Walbram Provincial Park contains twice the biomass of lush, Southern Hemisphere tropical forests that are widely considered the Earth's lungs, make old-growth trees a key species in our fight against climate change. As well, when old growth disappears, the foundation from which it grew is destabilized, leaving landscapes more prone to flooding and landslides. Even if dead standing, termed snag in the logging industry, old growth provides an incomparable ecosystem for endangered species across the continent. When the trees disappear, so too do the animals, birds, and smaller flora and fungi that rely on them. Tree poaching, even on a small scale, has a far-reaching impact, contributing to a decline in environmental health and weakening our forests, leaving marks on the earth that will persist for hundreds of years. In the world of conservation law enforcement, though, an invisible line seems to divide flora and fauna. Arguing and fundraising to protect animals, especially charismatic megafauna, such as elephants and rhinos, from poaching and illegal trade tends to be easier than advocating to guard plants. But of the 38,000 species protected by the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna, CITES, the Global Registry of Plants and Animals that are exploited or endangered through trade, over 32,000 are flora. The very nature of old growth provides an opportunity to transcend that invisible line. In Redwood National and State Parks in California, Chief Ranger Stephen Troy says the trees are the rhino horn of the American West. The same can be said of cedar and Douglas fir ecosystems, their branches dripping with spools of moss and their trunks towering into the sky. These are trees that invoke awe through height and age and circumference. It is very difficult to stand in a grove of sequoia and not be bowled over by their beauty.